coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. The tapestry here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look what I've been. I make everything happen. Look at that mean mini Maui just tapping. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, you're welcome, everybody, for joining us. Thank you. That was special for you, Charlotte, inspired by my daughter on the way home from the car. She thought you would like that one. But everybody, we're here. We're here, and I'm not alone. Samuel is here. How are you, sir?
I'm not too bad. It's been kind of a quiet week of football. It's nice for a little bit, and then you miss it because we'll talk about international football. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm very well, mate. How are you doing?
Beautiful. Knackered now, actually. I really buzzed myself out doing that. Exhausted, absolutely exhausted. I'm done in now. But the yin to the yang, to my getting irate and frustrated about things, to somebody who's always happy and spreading love and joy. Charlotte, how are you this evening?
Yeah, I'm full of a cold, so I do apologise because my accent is worse than usual. So everyone in the chat will appreciate that. But I'm great, especially in football terms. I think that's why I feel a little bit ill. I'm not used to all this positivity when it comes to football.
Loving it, lads. No. Up the Dale and all of that jazz. And in the chat, you've got Spenny Fan Quiz. If you've just joined us, go and you want to know what's been going on in the Nations League this evening, it's there. It's all there in the chat. All the results. So it's all happening. It's all kicking off. And no doubt, Chris will keep us up to date. He's already said, sorry for all the goal spam. We'll have a bit of goal spam and ham. Thank you, ma'am. And we've also got Johnny. Hope you're doing well this evening. And Sean wants whatever life. That's what I'm on, mate. I'm just full of lust for life. I got a lust for life. Can you remember that, chat? That was like yonks ago we did that.
Even I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? I'm sure I did like 5 minutes of lust for life. Lust for life. And you were both going, what a dick. What a dick.
Can I just mention one thing as well? I know Johnny, bless him, had a job interview today. So I just wanted to say, I hope it all went well for him.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
It's the best of luck. And Simon's in the chat as well. So Sam's friend Simon's there. Spenny for Chris, Iggy Pop, hell yeah, that's right, baby. And Alex the Oracle, the conditions on, I'm assuming that's Montenegro Wales game. It's awful. It is wazzing it down over there at the moment. But it might be wazzing it down. But Harry Wilson still banging in a beautiful goal. But we'll touch on that in a little bit. Johnny saying the interview went really well.
Oh, God.
Good.
Excellent. We shall cross our fingers. And Alex, look at this. I hope Alex isn't the Oracle.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, if the game is stopped. No, just stop. The game's Cap Allen's loving it. Cap Allen is loving it, and Bellamy Ball is. We will touch our Bellamy Ball. Don't worry. I mean, I tell you what. Let's do it now. Shall we do it now? A little bit of Bellamy Ball, singing as we're on it, and or Bella Ball, as Cap Allen saying. I mean, I don't know if either of you caught any. I'm not expecting you to have. So there is no judgment here at all. Has anybody seen any of Wales football since Craig Bellamy took over? He's done no. How about you, Sam?
I watched England properly.
Exactly. Yeah, watching the highlights of England was a push this week. Watching anything of Wales was absolutely not on the agenda. Well, but I know that they're going loco down in Montenegro, so
they are. If you wait too long, but I mean, we did our first game, which I was quite happy with against European Cup quarter-finalists, Turkey. Were they quarter-finalists? I don't think they went further. They went semi-finalists, or were they?
No, it was it quarters? Yeah, they beat.
I think it was quarters.
It was, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was quarter-finals, and we gave them a game. We actually scored a goal. It was disallowed, but we scored a goal. And, we've gone from being our football at the Euros, being a bit of a dirge, and, less slow, 18, we're playing like 18-1 as a formation, to actually we played 2 false nines against Turkey, which I'm not a fan of the 1 false nine, but 2 false nines. But we scored a goal. It was disallowed. But we're having a go. We're playing some football. Craig Bellamy said we're going to play some expansive football with what's it? Not an ideology, with a identity. We're going to have a bit of identity going on. And he's giving it a go. He's giving it a whirl. And we've actually played some football. I don't like playing out to the back. I think we mentioned it. Was it last week? or the week before. Last week when we had Martin on from Southampton. And
last week we did, yeah, the scary life of playing out from the back, yeah.
And so we're giving that a go, and that's a bit scary. I mean, Danny Ward nearly had this in trouble, and it'll be interesting if we play like a big team. That'll be intriguing, but it's exciting times to be alive. And if you haven't checked out the goals, we're 2-0. I think we were 2-0 up when we came on. I think we're still 2-0 up.
Still 2-0. It was very exciting 3 minutes because you got a booking as well. How did you get a booking and 2 goals? That must have been an over celebration, sure.
It was just enjoying themselves, just enjoying it. But Kiefer Moore, I think he's still playing with like his head wrapped up. I think either that or it's just a picture everybody likes to use on the social. I'm sure I saw him with his head back.
I think he is, yeah. When I clicked on the BBC link, it's got the headband on there. I saw that he's still got his party hat on from Christmas. It's one of the two.
he's just looking the part, you know. He's going all Terry Butcher on us, but scored a goal in like the first minute, within like straight from kickoff, just pressure, high pressure, ball straight up there, and then Harry Wilson's goal. I tell you what, if it penetrated you would not mind at all because it was silky smooth, like that. It's just stupendous, just stupid. I mean, and as Cap Allen said, after years of page ball, this feels great seeing decent football. It is. I do agree. And for the card, Alex said that's just what Ampadu does. It's just what he does, and it's exciting. And what is interesting, Craig Bellamy is a coach, not the same Craig Bellamy as a manager. He hasn't tried to fight anybody.
Yeah,
he hasn't tried to hit anyone with a golf club.
Yeah.
None of that has happened. I think he's been quite calm and calculated, and it's exciting times. Exciting times. Simon's not a fan, so you won't watch it. You're missing out, mate. You're missing out. Although I bet you watched a bit of Burnley playing, and he was assistant manager at Burnley with Vincent Kompany in the Championship and at Anderlecht. So he's doing well. What else have we got here? Cap saying Montenegro's had a go at the crossbar challenge, and so they must be picking off. Amazed. He's amazed that they haven't had a yellow card yet. And it's I can't remember. Oh yeah. Spenny fan Chris is telling us Kiefer Moore is head bandaged all up. And Alex said the football Cymru Discord is the Bellamy ball. Ticky-o, tacky-o. Ticky-o, tacky-o. Lovely. And in the chat is Glenn joining us. Good evening, Glenn. Hope you're doing well. And he's just expressing that Bellamy is not loved by Carl fans. And we just say, you're just missing out. But I don't, he's like a little bulldog. I don't think I'd like to cuddle him. I think he'd be a scary cuddle. What do you reckon, Sam? You up for a cuddle with Bellamy? Or?
I don't know. I think it would be a little bit kind of. It'd be one of those jabbing cuddles. You know, you get those sort of people who've got to jab you in the side, rather than just embrace it. Yeah, there'd be too much, and just keep your golf clubs to yourself, Craig. I don't think. Yeah, I'll avoid the cuddle for that one.
It wouldn't be. How about you, Shah? Would you be up for Bellamy cuddle, or do you think that's just going to be too abrasive?
I'm always up for a cuddle.
Always
up for a cuddle.
And in the chat, Sean's asking Shah, have you got the famous Absolute Football podcast?
Not yet.
I've got to get to the post office, to be fair. Yeah, it's coming.
Do not worry.
It's got to go from south to north through the treacherous postal system.
Oh, it's got to go. It's not going to
survive the weather as well up north. So
it's not quite north of the wall. That's Hadrian's Wall, but it's up north.
It's coming. No, it's coming.
Winter is coming.
I've got this for now.
but if you're thinking, gosh, that's a lovely mug, and I'd love the opportunity to teabag the entire Absolute Football team, you can do. Just subscribe. Get over to the YouTube. Subscribe, screenshot, send it through to us, and you could be entered into the prize draw.
I've got to enter the competition too, everyone in the chat. We don't get luxuries here.
No, we're very cheap. Very cheap. So if you want anything, you're paying, biatches. But just make sure you enter. Just do it. It's easy, free, doesn't cost you anything. Hit subscribe. Alex is saying he'd cuddle him purely for what he's done for the country in 2 games. Indeed, and that's what it's all about. Just 2 games is all we need if they go well. It's absolutely. It's got to go from south to north. Will it make it in one piece?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Will the postman
Depends how I pack it / the Royal Mail. Both are questionable.
It's frightening times. And Glenn thinks we need T-shirts, absolute football T-shirts.
We do.
What are you thinking? Just the logo, or the one with everybody's faces? Or you on like one person, like logo here and a face?
Everyone in the chat should decide, I think.
Yeah, I think variations.
Yeah.
I think logos and all sorts, because we need some more people done. So otherwise, we might have to kind of like sellotape them on every time there's kind of a new one. Stitch
we need
someone in up here. It'll be
we
like
just
a
need to
Cub.
establish.
Yeah, it's like a Cub Scout blanket. Every time you get a new badge, we get a new member, you've got to stitch it on. You know?
Oh, that'd be nice. It gives your mother something to do then, everybody.
We should do like albums, like football cards, but absolute football podcast.
All the little football heads. Get the little football heads.
Oh, look at that. Glenn wants a Shark cartoon pick T-shirt. What's your pose going to be, Shah, for a little cartoon?
I don't know. What do you reckon it'll be? What's my signature one?
I don't know. With me, it's that, isn't it?
Depends if Dale win or not. If it's after a Dale loss, it's or it's when we're third in the league and I'm not used to it.
That's going to be a gift.
Yeah, all of them. What?
Just do it. Just do it all. And Sean wants the match decided by a goal with Keevan's face on it. Or a hoodie. Johnny wants a hoodie.
Oh, good shout! I do love a good hoodie.
Hoodies be good.
Glenn wants the Absolute Football Podcast Guess Who game.
Imagine playing that. What you could say?
Is your person top of League One? No, not this week.
Does your person have a collection of Colts? Everyone's goes down apart from Claire.
The person have hair. Josh. To be fair, I'm not alone though. Not alone.
Dan.
Oh, we have to play it one time. When it's not for season, we should play Absolute Football Podcast Guess Who on here. That'd be quality.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was listening. I'm educating my daughter on music at the moment, so we listened to a bit of Green Day earlier in the car because she hadn't heard 21 Guns or When September Ends. I was like, what do you do in church? She's like, I've got American Idiot. So turn that off. Turn that garbage off. Yeah, you know, there's proper stuff. She's got that one.
That one.
So I was educated, and we played Know Your Enemy, and I'm not sure if Charlotte will remember because I can't remember when you came into the last podcast that we were on. But I used to do a quiz called Know Your Enemy, where I used to quiz other people on like facts on their team's rivals. So like if you're a Liverpool fan, you had to answer questions on Everton. If you were like an Arsenal fan, you had to do them on Spurs. If you're a Man City fan, it was really hard because nobody's really your rivals because nobody really cares how they do against you. So, but I think wasn't it fun having games?
I love games.
Oh no! So I think we're going to have to start doing some games. 100%. I think do some games. So Catman wants Lecky washing gloves.
Yes.
Oh, you could do like a little Lecky plug, couldn't you, or something?
Yeah, chargers.
Lecky chargers, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's me. It's because my accent. Instead of everyone says Bolton, but I say Bolton because of my accent, and Barnsley. Everyone takes a mick out of me. Bolton. Yeah, it's just it happens every little league show. Do
you know what? It's like again with my daughter. I'm like, hey, tease. Say your tease.
Bolton. Instead of an O, I pronounce it with a U.
Yeah, picture shot with Bolton, Barnsley, and Lecky. Look at that! All the love. I'm saying this is love. It's not abuse. It's love.
Do you know what would be so funny? Like everyone hates them quotes. That is it live, laugh, love, or whatever it's called? Bolton, Barnsley, Lecky. Up in my house on the wall, a quote picture, inspirational quote.
Live life, Lecky.
Dance like no one's watching. And blah, 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 blah. And look at this. There's the queen of underscores. I hope you're doing well, Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Hope they're having a good holly bobs.
I do. I do know what's not spoiling it for there's no Premier League football.
Exactly.
So she can be
Everton are unbeaten in a week, Rebecca.
Look at that. The whole weekend without losing. What have we got? A cap. I don't know if this is relevant to if anybody understands. Waited years for that league fixture on the weekend. It was great payback for 3-0 win against the season. We got relegated. I'm assuming that's Wrexham just winning for days.
Shrewsbury.
Winning for days. They are.
Blair's not top of the league anymore. Salad.
I hope you give a suitable abuse for that, Alid. Don't hold back. But I mean, while you're both here, England played football. I do know what. There's things around the game that happened, and then the actual game itself. So let's get into the actual game. In the game, Ireland 0, England 2. Samuel, how did that make you feel?
I wasn't ready for international. I'm still not ready for international football. So this is.
Like
I've got to be honest.
Season, isn't it?
This must be the worst week of the season. The first international break after an international tournament where, let's be honest, if you're English and you supported England, your heart's still a little bit broken from the summer. Still not over it. You know, you're in that kind of. It's a bit like, you know, you've broken up with somebody and you've gone through the ice cream eating stage. You're not ready to see any of the pictures on Facebook or whatever. You're just wallowing, you're doing your own thing. And then it comes sauntering in and they start showing highlights of Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer and it all comes flooding back. And you're just like, I don't need it. I'm not really excited about it. So I must admit, I didn't watch the game live. I have seen some highlights and some bits in terms of what happened because obviously we have a new manager. Carsley Ball is in. Got Lee Carsley, and he did some good things. To be fair, he did some good things. We had a left side. That's new. That's something we've not seen for a while. Jack Grealish at 10 kind of worked. It kind of, you know, who knew? Give it to the ball player in there who can keep hold of the ball. That kind of worked. The second goal I thought was quite good. Was well worked. It was all nice. And then the two players that scored were the two players they didn't want to score. So wonderful.
And who would have known playing the world's best right back at right back would be a good idea?
Except who knew that getting Trent on the ball as a very good playing right back would help, you know. It's who knew that these things could all be well. And it gave a few opportunities to a few people that didn't get their moment in the summer. Obviously, Grealish didn't go. He's barely played really in the last 6 months or so, but starting to maybe rebuild himself. Anthony Gordon got his shot and I think did well, stretched the play. We're all saying in the summer we needed somebody to bomb on when Kane drops in. That worked okay. We had a left sort of sided playing defence, who wasn't called Luke Shaw. So it's nice to have a different option because I do like Luke Shaw, but he's not often available, as I found again this season. So nice to have another option. I think for early starts, I think we're kind of like, we're happy, I think. Happy with Carsley.
And incidentally, us in the chat, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, and I think again, where were we looking? Oh, not that one. There we are. Glenn saying playing Gordon, the best English winger worked. Who knew? And we've got new people joining us in. Yeah, Graham's late. What's happening here, Graham?
He knew you were talking about Wales, so he joined late. I'm joking. Anybody in the chat who's Welsh, it's a joke, I promise.
It's not. She's xenophobic.
It's just aimed at Josh.
I'm kind of saying a special hello for you, Sharp. Hope you're well. And Glenn said, give Carsley the job now. I mean, Charlotte, England winning a game of football, playing attacking football, considering you've got some of the best attacking players in world football. What do you think? And incidentally, Russ doesn't like your xenophobia. Not down with your xenophobia.
Well, I will be honest, I didn't actually watch the game because it did clash with a bigger game, but I won't go into that, but a lot bigger game. So I'm disappointed I'm disappointed for everyone who didn't watch that game and decided to watch England. But I did catch up with the highlights, and who would have thought Southgate goes and we actually play attacking football? And to be fair, I think a lot of it looked really good, as Sam said. And as Johnny said in the chat, especially that first half, I was a bit like, Yes, this is the England I want to see. This is the England we've wanted to see all through the Euros. What happened? It's not negative like it was, and we actually looked like good, like on the ball and stuff. And it wasn't just negative football where we're passing it back and we don't really know what we're doing. We're actually going forward. We were having shots, having chances, and we looked very, very good. And yeah, I'm impressed with Carsley so far. I know it's obviously his first game, but I thought there was a lot of pressure on him to obviously do something. I know it's only the Nations League, but still, new manager after Southgate, what can he do? And hats off to him. He's done well so far in that first game. I'm impressed.
I mean, and this might be one for you, Sam, because I don't know who that is. Angel Gomez. Gomez.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it right. Who knows?
Yeah, it's interesting to see him back because I've not seen a lot of him since he left United. So he came to United's academy. He came through at the sort of time that Mason Greenwood was coming through. And there was a lot of clamber in the United fan base to see more of him. We wanted to see him play. He was, I think there was always a concern whether he might be a little kind of lightweight to kind of play too much in that kind of deeper midfield role, but he's really flourished moving through. Because at that time in attacking midfield, I think it was when we had with Bruno, but we also had Lingard and Pereira, and we were going, I'd like to see Angel Gomez, to be honest. Let's give him a shot. And he was always really hotly tipped. And it's quite nice as well because Carly, Lee Carsley.
Carsley. I put my own accent on then. I don't know why I'm pretending to be Northern when I am Northern.
She's not. She's faking it. She's really from Kent.
I'm really from
Lecky. Charlotte's actually really posh. She's from the borough of Kensington. And you just
now I don't believe anything you said. As soon as you said posh, we thought not a chance.
Oh, dear.
I forgot where we were. What were we talking about?
Angel Gomez, good player. Yeah,
Sam was talking. We interrupted him by being silly.
It's what we do. It's what we do. I was just going to say, obviously, him playing for the under-21s for Carsley, I think was good because he kind of knew his qualities and could bring him in, and probably one that not a lot of people would have seen come in because unless you follow European football. So another nice addition to have, another young player coming through. I think it's always good and interesting. So it probably will make people watch a little bit more to see what he's up to and how he's getting on. So no, pleased for the lad. Pleased for the lad.
And do you know what I like? I like the fact that he's not playing in England and then getting picked, because there seems to be a little bit like, what's happened to Tammy Abraham? Is he fallen off? He's not. He's been playing football and doing all right, just not in England. And I sort of think we shouldn't be. It's almost like, in rugby, in Welsh rugby, for example, the reason Welsh League suffers is you can only play for the national team if you play rugby in Wales, and it almost felt a bit like that for England for a period of time. Unless you were playing in the Premier League, you're not getting in, and it's nice to see that somebody from outside.
I think it's nice to see because it causes that real divide when you look at picking. So the amount of times I hear people screaming for Fikayo Tomori to play at centre back, but how are people actually watching his games? Is he just an option that? So it's kind of that fine line between people thinking someone's amazing because they're not watching them, or actually watching it and saying, "Look, this guy's playing really well." Because I mean, Gomez was playing in Liga last season and they finished 4th, didn't they, Lille? I think they were top 4 in the end.
They did well.
And he's been there for a number of seasons, and they won the title, didn't they, the other year? I don't know if he was there when they won the title.
I don't know if he was there.
No, I don't think he was quite there then. But he's been in there centre midfield for the past 3 years or so. So he really is kind of developing, and it'll be interesting now he's on England's radar of 24, whether others will start to look at him as well. And he may be one that starts to get linked to people January in the summer as well. I think now he's got that England cap.
I must have said, Kane plays in Germany, but that doesn't count. Harry, I don't think that counts because he played in England for 84 years.
I think we knew about Harry Kane a little bit before the move.
And to be fair, scoring 800 goals in Germany in your first season sort of would stand out a bit as well. And
still not winning it.
The Spurs. And someone said you can't play for England rugby if you're not playing the English Premiership. So it's the same thing, and I think it's nice to see if they broaden the horizon a bit, because I'd like to see English players playing abroad more as well, because I just think it's nice to sort of just get out there and see the world a little bit, and that's what brings up standards sometimes, introduces different styles of play and different mentalities. And I just think as well, why would you not? Why would you want to live in England when you could live in Spain? And let's just say in Bellingham, I think, yeah, it counts, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, and it was a good move for him because look at his development. You know, he was fantastic at Birmingham, and he absolutely rocketed it because he was playing European football, different kind of football, and it just developed him beyond recognition.
Well, because like Colwell at the moment, is he going to play at Chelsea? Who knows? Who knows who is going to play at Chelsea in any position at any time? And is them sort of players that perhaps at the lower, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but England players at the lower half of the table teams that can maybe play in top half of the table teams in different divisions across Europe, or maybe like England players who are not quite as good and not quite as making it the big team can go somewhere and could develop the career, like you said, like Bellingham did. And I mean, Jadon Sancho is sort of an example. I don't know what the bloody hell has gone on with that dude. Although I did see a cracking tweet that made me think of you immediately, Sam. Some Chelsea fan pull out the picture of Sancho in a Chelsea kit saying, retweet this to annoy a United fan that we took their best winger.
Wow.
The one thing I couldn't believe, the Jadon Sancho thing, it hasn't got that much coverage. Did you hear his interview when he went over there and he's talking about
a Chelsea fan or something? Or?
No, he was saying about, he was talking about Maresca, I think, wasn't he? He said about the time together they had at Man City, and they said they weren't there together at Man City. He left 2 years after, and I'm thinking, imagine that happened in a Man United interview. You'd get absolutely creamed, and everyone's just brushed it under the carpet. It's like, that's a lie that you just told there, Jadon. Pretty big whopping lie.
And we'll see Rebecca. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. We'll look forward to you being back. But yeah, I mean, Rebecca. I get the feeling that Jadon Sancho might be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, I think so.
I just get that feeling, the way he sort of conducted himself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Ten Hag's treatment maybe could have been better, but perhaps actually it might have been warranted on reflection.
Just lazy and can't be arsed and entitled.
Yeah, entitled asshole. From the words of Charlotte. And you know, if Charlotte's giving you shit, you must be bad.
Exactly.
Because she's like the loveliest person I know. So
no, it's like that though. It's like you've got someone like Jadon Sancho there who is actually like naturally gifted and he's got the potential and stuff. And he's obviously acted like a spoilt brat. And you've got someone there like McTominay who gave his all, but he just wasn't good enough, bless him. He just wasn't good enough for Manchester United. But week in, week out when he played, he gave his all, and he's obviously gone to Napoli now. And it's like, come on. Like,
yeah, the levels of respect are completely
exactly.
They just don't get there. And you say McTominay was one; it always gave absolutely everything. You can tell
it just wasn't good
meant
enough,
something
was it?
to him.
Yeah,
I just think in the system that we're trying to play, his start doesn't work. Like, you know, when he's breaking into the box and doing the bits last season, great, but there was a lot of things that he wasn't doing which are causing issues.
100%.
And I hope he finds the right move, because I do think you look at his international record for Scotland, it's sensational. 100%. He's a good goal scoring midfielder. Just think he needs the right team and without all that pressure of United as well and what they're expecting from a midfield player, because you know, I think he's a player I think that I would still like to have had him in the squad, to be honest.
100%.
I just think that he wants to play first team football, and when he comes on, there's a question of what do you do with him unless you're kind of sticking him on to cause chaos. I don't think you can start him in a ball playing midfield, but
I do like that from McTominay, but how he wants to play football. It's like how I think I was on the podcast with you, Josh, wasn't I, when we were on about Alvarez? And I said, I'm glad for Alvarez. He could have just sat at Manchester City, got his wages, won trophies, but not played. But obviously he's gone there because he wants to play football. And I highly respect players like that. It's like I can't say his name, Conor Gallagher now as well. He could have just sat at Chelsea. They didn't want him. Could have sat there, got his wages, which probably would have been a lot because he's at Chelsea. But no, he wants to obviously progress, and he's gone abroad to do that. So fair play to him. I like players like that.
He's missing the Oasis tour as well.
I know.
The Gallagher's getting back together. He's missing
do you know what? I was devastated. The wife sent the email to enter into the ballot for the next two. And I'm thinking, I don't want to pay that money. It's like a poison chalice getting that email because she's really excited because she wants to watch them, but number one, I don't want to pay for it. Number two, the stress the first time round. Oh my days, it was horrible. I mean, Simon's pointing out Owen Hargreaves used to get picked when he's at
It's a
Bayern.
good shout to be
Yeah,
fair.
that is a great shout.
Wasn't he Canadian though?
Yeah, he was Canadian. Yeah, and it was a Canadian English. I think I don't know exactly whether it was a parent or the sort of what, but yeah, Canadian.
And it took him, it was effort to get him in, and everyone was like all of a sudden surprised, like, who's this Owen Hargreaves guy? He's good. We need to get him into the Premier League. And
he was the ultimate utility player. He was literally like you could put Owen Hargreaves everywhere, and it'd filter. And he played right back for United for bits. Yeah. Really good. It was excellent. That Champions League final in 2008, Hargreaves was sensational. He was. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But I mean, before we move on, Russ was saying McTominay 7 goals last season.
Big goals as well. Big goals.
Johnny's saying 10 and 13 for Scotland, and he's
he deserves it.
He wants to play ball, and he gets to live in Italy now.
Exactly.
That's going to be a culture shock from Scotland to Manchester to Italy. He's been working his way up to but he should have hit France first just to acclimatise a little bit more, then go into Italy. Yeah, hell of a shock, isn't he? He's going to be bright for him.
It's come from winner chicken dinner to winner pizza for dinner, hasn't it?
Hey.
Hot carbonara.
But I mean, on England, so we'll talk about the discord around the game, which I think some of it's a bit bizarre. I'll start with Lee Carsley saying, I don't sing national anthems. And people losing their mind. Oh my God, he can't be a good manager straight away. Show that guy the door. Yeah, I mean, Charlotte, were you not on board with that then?
I think to myself, right, he's actually got caps for Ireland. So he's represented Ireland. So fair play to him.
30 times at least.
I can't speak. He's represented that country. So I do not expect him to sing the national anthem. Like everybody wants Jurgen Klopp to be the next England manager or Pep Guardiola. Would they sing the national anthem? No, they wouldn't. So why would Lee Carsley sing the national anthem when he has represented Ireland? I just think if it's an English manager like your Southgate was, or if Eddie Howe gets a job, or if someone like that gets a job, then I think, it's patriotic and stuff. But I don't think Lee Carsley should sing that national anthem if he's represented Ireland. And obviously his alliances were with Ireland at that time. He's our coach now, but he chose to represent Ireland.
Yeah.
So I don't think he should. I don't think he should, because then it's a bit like...
I mean, Sam, was it a big deal for you?
Not for me.
Not really. Not really. If I'm honest, I think a lot of it is this is a slow week with football, etc. So everyone's taken the slightest thing and got really. And I get patriotism, and everybody gets really, really about it. As you said, we've had England managers in the past that haven't been English, and I get the sense of the national. It doesn't. I want a rocking tune when we're out there, wherever your allegiances are to Royal Family, come out to Roman Reigns or something, sticking fingers in the sky. I want to go out there feeling it, and it just doesn't do it for me generally anyway. My parents have always been a big one, and my mum would be one of those. She'd look at every player to see whether they sung the national anthem or not, and that would tell them whether they're sort of. But everyone's different. Everyone's patriotic in different ways. So at the end of the day, if he manages well and he does a good job, and the passion gets through to the players, then that's what I care about. Whether he might have a terrible singing voice. He might. You might wish he didn't sing, because they'll pick him up on camera and be like, Jesus, put the microphone down, Lee. So, for me, not a big one. I can see why some people are upset, but
Can I just go back to the chat as well? There's a lot of people here saying about English born and bred, and then Simon's put, is a Brummie who represented Ireland. McTominay he's from round here and he plays for Scotland. So would you expect him to sing the English national anthem then when he's represented Scotland? Because Lee Carsley's represented Ireland.
I mean, and Johnny's saying he never sang the national anthem for Ireland either. And I think, and what he said was, I don't sing the anthems before the game because I find it a distraction. I just want to focus on the game and be in the zone for the game. And I sort of get, because my mind, I mean, I don't give a shit. It just doesn't doesn't matter. As a Welsh fan, I love our national anthem. I think it's very rousing and it's beautiful. And listening to people with proper Welsh accent do good. I'm unfortunately I'm from South Wales. I'm a South Walian, and our accents are not proper Welsh, and they don't teach us Welsh. So I don't sing it as beautifully as some of my Welsh comrades do. But that's lovely to hear and uplifting. But it's great to see players singing it, but if one player wasn't singing it, but he's there soaking in the atmosphere, enjoying it, getting focused for the game, don't give a shit. That's his thing that he wants to do, and I don't get it. I mean, and Johnny said he's a proud Englishman. He doesn't sing.
Yeah. And I think I get the thing. The thing is, I think because a lot of people look at it as you look at like clubs that have got immense songs, and like to be fair, like You'll Never Walk Alone at Liverpool. That's the thing. Everybody feels the community of singing it. It's a really massive song. Everyone gets behind it, galvanizes the crowd. It does its job. That's never. It's just because that's kind of what we've sung, and then you've got people who've got different connotations with things like the Royal Family, and as you said, because it's United Kingdom, there's other elements that get drawn into it. So it's really complex, and it's really just like, yeah, I like the idea of having a song beforehand to galvanize everyone together, but if the song doesn't galvanize everybody, then I always find it's a bit like the Formula One when the drivers sing it or whatever, because the manufacturers and you're thinking, yeah, but 90% of that probably have got nothing to do with the country that they're actually representing. The fact that that's just happens to be with the headquarters of the company you're working for. I work for an Italian company. I don't know the Italian national anthem. I'm sorry. If I win an award, I won't be singing the Italian national anthem. That's just how it is.
Well, they're all offshore based, so they don't have to pay tax. So they're all trying to sing the anthem for Monaco or something.
Exactly.
And just for clarity, Simon's saying he's not bothered about him being a Brummie who's represented Ireland. Just say that's a stupid reason people are using for giving him grief. And I mean, I think it's a non-story, isn't it? I think unfortunately we're in a period of time at the moment where everybody's sort of like hell bent and stuck on their own idea of identity and nationality and what that represents and what that is. And I just think it's
awful. It's like his first interview there, and they ask him about He Who Shall Not Be Named. Obviously, who's now gone abroad, ex-Manchester United player. The first thing they ask him is about that, and he just straight up said, he's not selected. I will not be selecting him. He's not part of it. And it's like, they just have to do something. You have to try and catch people out, and I hate that. They do it all the time to everyone. And it's like, it's a new era. Get over it. If he doesn't want to sing the national anthem, he doesn't want to sing it. There's probably many players out there for different countries who don't sing the national anthem, but they have to, because the media is so high in England and everyone's so interested in the media. That's why they have to make it a thing.
My mate won't sing Gwen Stefani songs because he doesn't like it. Exactly. And I respect it. It's his opinion and his choice.
Exactly.
Well, do you know what? Actually, I don't know if I do anymore. I mean, Simon said in the chat, he doesn't know the words of the Italian national anthem, but he loves the tune.
It is a good tune, yeah. I probably
which is the one which is really like, is that the Italian?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, I love it. If that would be me, if I was on the pitch, I'd be doing this. And people would be going, look at him. He's not very patriotic, is he? Dancing, pushing his testicles out all over the place. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll just be rocking out. I don't get it. So I think we're all quite together in that nobody cares. If he wants to sing it, that's lovely. If he doesn't, nobody cares.
I'll be honest as well, and I might get scrutinised for it, but I always forget it's God Save the King now because I'm so used to saying God Save the Queen.
Well,
like it's just like.
Do you know an interesting fact? My children went to the Royal Mint, which is in Wales, in Pontyclun. Who knew that? I didn't know that. But my nephew's like a big coin collector, and he was like, "Oh, Uncle, can we go to the Royal Mint?" I was like, "I'm not going to London." He said, "No, it's here in Wales." And they were saying our generation, they used to have lots of different coins forged with different royalty because it was a period of time where the royals changed quite frequently. But our generation, we've had the longest reigning monarch.
Yeah.
So like there's so many generations that only known one monarch. So that's why the coins only had like one head on it for so long, and that's why it will seem so alien. But back in the day, they were used to it. Same thing with the national anthem; they would have flip-flop like that.
Yeah, you think now there's a generation that only know one line up for the Sugar Babes. That's just that's how things change.
I know.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Just move with the times. Graves said maybe that's why he doesn't sing it. He's not sure of the new words. Sure.
Yeah, that's me as well.
Yeah, and I'm not. Not sure what the insinuation is here.
Also football.
I
I know.
I think
is he on about
yeah.
the papers?
The newspapers, but we're giving them
yeah.
different names. Yeah.
Right.
I thought I missed a comment
Not
there.
Simon's mum.
I was like, I thought, like, is he insinuating he does like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and sings it through his bum? Which, if you haven't seen that scene, you're too young, and go watch it. Ace Ventura singing through his bottom. I just want to do it now. The child in me just wants to go that. That's all I'm yours. I won't, because that's terribly childish. But the other Discord, which I mean, I got quite involved in inadvertently over, goal celebrations. So you've got, and you could have predicted this would have happened. Declan Rice doesn't celebrate. Jack Grealish bloody loves it. I better start. I think a yin to yang. Charlotte, you're a much nicer person than me, so you might view this in a different way. Is it disrespectful to celebrate? Does it matter? What's your feelings?
I think it all depends on the person. I mean, everyone's different, aren't they? I mean, we've seen it for clubs as well, where people have celebrated against a road club. I know Declan Rice said that he didn't want to celebrate in respect to his grandparents, who obviously were Irish, and he didn't want to do that. So fair play to him for that. And Jack Grealish, it was one of them. It was always going to wind them up, but then in the same context, you can't expect him not to, when there's probably been a lot of fans there, obviously giving him grief and obviously provoking him and doing things as well. So I don't really know. I guess everyone's different, but I feel like you kind of should expect it as a fan if you are winding them up and stuff, and as a player, sometimes you should be more respectful. It depends who it is, isn't it?
I mean, and again, we'll yin to yang, and then Sam can be our balance. And I'm thinking, because personally, I think it's a silly concept. I don't get. I mean, for the Declan Rice one, for example, he was played for Ireland through the youth. There's interviews of him talking about being excited about becoming a future Ireland captain. You know, what excited I could be Ireland's future captain. John O'Shea's endorsing me as a future Ireland captain. He's really happy about that. At the stage where he decided England are interested, fuck these guys, I want to play over here. That's when the disrespect happened for me. So it's gone. That moment's gone. And I'm sure his grandparents, like my grandparents, would have been a little bit disheartened, but they would love him. And whatever decision that you make, that's fine. You go and do that. So at that stage, it's done. You're disrespecting bits, done, and you've gone and done that. So then you should be, for me, you should be celebrating what you're doing, and it makes no difference if you celebrate a goal. If you don't, it feels like a complete irrelevance to me. It doesn't matter if you want to celebrate a goal, if you don't. But to say, well, I didn't want to disrespect, I think that ship sailed, mate. That's when you've essentially told them this country's better than your country for football. This is where I want to go. I think it's lost then. I think it's all done and dusted. And I said, Sam, you're the balance between Charlotte's being lovely and me just being a hot-headed ass. What do you think?
So that means I can be lovely and a hot-headed ass. I've got the two.
Yeah. You can be lovely at the top and your ass can be boiling.
The two facets. I've probably got maybe a slightly different take on it, I think, than what I've seen. Now I love goal celebrations. We all love goal celebrations, and I think that's been a massive, as we all know with VAR, it's been a massive kick in the teeth for goal celebrations from players, from fans. One of the reasons we love football is that when our team scores a goal, it gives you an elation that you can never kind of feel. That's part of what it is all about. We all want that feeling. That's why we want that feeling. We want that feeling when we've had it. We want it again. It's just what we're after. The thought I thought with Declan Rice was, I'm not. It's somebody that kind of has that dual nationality. It's difficult for me to comment on because I'm not. So I've always had that kind of one country. That's kind of my country. But I do think when it comes to family and people saying what he can be, what he feels is respect and not, is probably difficult to comment upon, particularly with the fact his grandparents are passed. I know when it comes to, say, sport with my own kind of grandparents, I don't obviously play sport at a professional level, play tennis at a local club level, but I'd always felt like
local club level.
Yeah, I do. And now and again we do okay. But I played a couple of games after my granddad passed and after my grandma passed, and they, for me, like, they felt special, and they felt, for some reason, when I play sport, I feel closer to them. And sometimes in tennis in particular, you're forever kind of talking to them. I always feel like they're there with me. Sometimes it's a really weird kind of feeling, and sometimes, and those games in particular, both went to tie breaks. I both got lucky net cords, and they both felt like something was connected. So I can understand for him, the feeling of showing that kind of emotion in a positive or whatever way might be difficult. And he may, as you said, I can understand with people saying back to, okay, he played for Ireland, he played for England. There was a level of disrespect by moving across, no doubt across. But I think also with grandparents that aren't there and wanting to honour them in a respectful way, I think that's kind of very individual, and it's kind of very generic. A lot of the sort of disgust and sort of scene. I think he was probably looking at it going, when they announced England versus Ireland, he was probably like, oh, for God's sake, why are we doing this? And he's gone over there, and then Sod's Law's happened, he scored, and he's probably just thought, I just want to do the most quietest thing to not make a thing of it, to move on from it. And of course, he knows everyone's going to make a thing out of it. So yeah, I think it's difficult. And again, people are coming for him, I think, because it's a slow news week.
I was going to say exactly the same thing then. It's not a lot happening. I mean, Russ in the chat is saying he's never been a fan of players qualifying for the country through grandparents. I mean, personally, for me, though, I think I don't mind that. I don't mind, like, my son, I'm Welsh, my wife's English. He could play for whoever. Obviously, if he played, I'd be happier in playing for Wales than playing for England. But if he had a chance to play for either and he picked whatever he wanted, I don't mind. And I think what that does do is give a lot more footballers chance to play international football.
100%. Especially from the lower levels as well, though.
Yeah.
Like the lower levels, because they're never going to get a chance.
For more.
Yeah, exactly. They're never going to get a chance to represent some of the other ones because there's so many like better quality players and things like that. So I do like it from that aspect. And I've just noticed, Sam, I look like a giant tennis ball tonight.
You do. I'm so tempted just now.
I tell you what else I miss as well. Graham was saying you can be a lovely ass, Sam. I thought it said you have a lovely ass, Sam, and I was going to say yes. I concur. He has a lovely
donkey
ass.
and Shrek more than lovely ass, I think. But...
And there's Treaty as well. Good evening, Treaty. You're a bit late. Come on, we've missed you.
She's allowed to be late.
But we were waiting. I was waiting for it to come. I was
just saying, she's never late for my podcast, so.
I'm not surprised. Everyone's joking. And Chris just wants to piss on my chips. Montenegro scored.
Oh.
How many minutes in? I had that open. I had it open on the screen, and I had the England game on there.
VAR, I was giving it the thumbs up. Stupid Kamaj.
Bloody stupid Montenegrins. Where's Montenegro?
If there is any Montenegrins watching, no, we love you. Please enter our competition. You can win a cup.
Subscribe. I don't want to ship it to Montenegro. Jesus.
It'll be better than up north. He'll get there in one piece.
Come and collect it.
I was going to make an horrible joke about saying at least we won't get stolen, but that's a terrible slight. I won't say anything. And Adri's apologise. It probably should be. It's fine. Do you know what it is? We're not angry at you for being late. I missed your attendance. Knowing you're here just makes me feel a little bit better about myself. I could be here. You could be joining in our conversation with us. Cap Allen saying Wales should not be finding themselves in this position. We shouldn't, considering how we've dominated the game. It's been a bit like disappointing, really. And Spenny Franco's goal for Romania. It's just,
that was the other one then. It's going to go Bellamy out.
Do you know? And you can shake it all about. Not quite, but we say like Kiefer Moore. You wouldn't dare. Let's be fair. Don't think you would get into the England squad. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. And that's nice that they've got. Us things, parents' nationality is a reasonable cut-off. I don't mind the grandparents bit either. Just broaden it out a little bit. When it gets to like your auntie or like your dog sitter and stuff like that,
next door neighbour's cat.
Yeah. Yeah, my milkman's this. Yeah, but in fairness, your milkman's also your dad. What? But, I joke. Only because that's a joke my wife used on me with the kids because I used to work away. but it's not true. It's not true because she loves me loads.
Josh is never short of any milk, though.
Yeah.
You haven't need any for your brew, for your morning
Ah.
coffee.
Whole milk skimmed, semi-skimmed.
I was going to say the full cream's a bit funky though. It's a bit hard to swallow. Josh, what is going on here? And Mbappe is on for France at the moment. Mbappe, our
I actually
fans.
love Mbappe, me. It might be controversial, but I actually really like Mbappe.
What do you like about him, Shah?
I just think he's no, not like that. No.
I don't know what you mean. I just asked you what you like about Mbappe.
I just think he's a really good footballer. Do you know what annoys me when people are like, who do you prefer, Messi or Ronaldo? And I think I just love the era we're in and how many amazing footballers we've seen during our generation. Like you've seen Ronaldinho, you've seen Brazilian Ronaldo, you've seen all these players. Do you not feel so lucky? Exactly, Sam.
Or did you see, like, we scored 900 goals, and the first thing that people ask you, is he the best ever? And you're just going, just appreciate that there's a man that scored 900 goals at the top level of football.
Exactly.
Like,
we've been alive. It's not just something in a history book what we've never seen.
The Ronaldo versus Messi thing, like, I get it. People want to discuss it. They'll always have opinions. People have got their favourites. I get it. And that's fine. I've always I've had a team that Ronaldo's played for, so I could potentially be a bit biased. I just love them both. It's a bit like I don't always want the same takeaway. Sometimes I want a different one, and I like them both. Sometimes I'm just feeling like I want a ruthless goal scorer. He's a little bit arrogant, and he's going to do what he's want. And sometimes I want the little magician with the jinky hips. You never know which way you're going to go on the takeaway.
That's a mic drop moment, Sam. Drop that mic.
Hey, do you know you mentioned takeaways? Do you want a funny little sidebar story? It's nothing to do with football. Do you want a funny little takeaway story? So I was entertaining at work during the week up at Bangor University, and I love a curry. Anyone that knows me knows that I love a curry. So I said, let's go for a curry. And lovely curry. Evening's ticking along. I thought I've got lots of work to do. I'm going to have to go back to my hotel, maybe. Or shall I go out for another pint? I thought I might go for another pint. Now, anybody else that does really know me knows I also have a little bit of IBS on occasion. So as we're walking from the curry house to the pub, I suddenly think, this might not be such a smart move. I might retire to the hotel. And the guy's like, oh, okay, no, I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's about 7-minute walk from where I was to the car. And I don't know if you feel like sometimes, if you're feeling a bit clogged up, someone says, what's a good thing to get you going? Have a walk. Loosen yourself up a little bit. Now, if that's your concern, having to walk downhill 7 minutes is probably the opposite thing of what you want to be doing. I had to stop 3 times walking down this hill, just standing still, going, please.
Did you have to clench?
No.
Did you have to clench your cheeks? Like, knock it back up.
Another 5 minutes walk down, I was stopping. These blokes at the top of the street going, what's that fucking maniac doing down there? He's standing occasionally, crossing all of his legs, going, oh, and then walk back down. Do you know what? I got all the way to the car. I got from the car as I'm driving the car thinking, oh no, where's the bush? Didn't need it. Stopped. Got to the hotel and had to stop in the car park. Then as I got to the hotel, I thought, do you know what? 2nd floor, no lifts, steps like that. How I made it. I was walking like with my knees. I was like a penguin going up the stairs as someone's ordered room service. Do you know what? Skin of my teeth.
I thought you nearly said skids.
Skids
on my teeth. I genuinely, my ass didn't even hit the pan. And it was like,
oh my God.
How have we gone from talking about Ronaldo and Messi, the best football players in the other,
into
Josh
all of that.
shooting out his onion barges all over there? And the best bit is Josh is telling this. I'm going to steal the chat for just a second, Josh. As Josh is telling this story about his bowels and whatever, it's VAR at Norway versus Austria with a goal review for Norway. I mean, we just do it all on this show.
Do you know what's so funny? All of our new subscribers will be thinking, do you know what? I don't even want that cup anymore. I'm unsubscribing.
Where's it coming from? Is that
IBS?
That's the new
Instead
Welsh
of-
team. You've got TNS and then IBS. And Simon said some bit where you can edit
It's
that.
too late. It's too late. It's live.
Too
It's out
late
there.
to
It's in the universe.
apologise.
And Sean was saying you went there in regard to did I make it? I did
Yeah.
that.
Just really intrigued.
Do you know what? It was difficult. That's what when you get to my sort of age, and you know,
Was you
you've had to go.
sweating with fear?
Oh, I was genuinely like, given the pun, shitting myself. I was like thinking, oh no, what's going to happen? Am I going to make it? The excitement was palpable. I'll tell you what, honestly. I was on the phone to the wife telling her because I thought it was a really exciting story. I'm like, I might make it, love, I might not. And she's like, hang up, you fucking loser. What are you doing? This isn't a story.
So he told us instead, Sam.
Save it for us.
No, that's what it is, it's love. And apparently, goal given. Norway 2, Austria 1. Football.
It's a robot who scored.
And do you know what will be quite funny? But people won't know. We have a podcast chat, obviously, and we have a podcast for us OGs. And I said to Sam and Charlotte, what should we talk about this evening? And Sam replied, football, please. Nah.
No, I gave him one instruction, one piece of advice, and we've
disregarded that. It's gone entirely. And I had something football related to say. Oh yeah, I wanted to say before we moved on to celebrations, incidentally, wigging our way back to football on the Absolute Football Podcast. Away from
did you celebrate after you made the toilet, Josh? Did you, or did you, out of respect for your grandparents, leave it alone?
Yeah, out of respect for my grandparents. Yeah, who did soil themselves as they got older into later life. I didn't.
They're hoping he changes nationality now.
Last name, that's what they're hoping I change. But yeah, where do you draw the line in celebrations? Are you like the Adebayor, I'm gonna run down the other left and celebrate in the fans? I think the one thing Jack Grealish did, celebrate in front of the England fans, he celebrated. Where's your line? Do you like a little bit of shithousery?
Shithousery?
No, it's not intended. Not intended.
No.
Do you like a little bit of the Adebayor going down and celebrating and getting bottled and everything? Or where's your line? Where's your cut off?
Yeah, that's Adebayor is too much, and it was funny, but it was too much. That's insightful. So you have to be. Yeah, I think you have to. You get crap from the fans all game. Sorry, dropped another one. All game coming.
Dropped another one.
They give you the stinkers all game, and then literally you can't help but having to drop one or two in response to no, I do think it must be really hard to kind of maintain your sense. I'll be honest, like again, anytime we've all played sport where you play somewhere, you're playing a home team, and it gets, when there's a cheering and they're supporting them, and if your support's not there or whatever, it does make you feel a little bit like, yeah, I like to go with the killing with kindness, bit of smile, There's been again, with sort of the tennis, you get a bit of something's kind of happened, or they're sort of giving you whatever, and you just sort of like give them a bit of, yeah, watch this, have some of this. But Adebayor knee slides, no, I think that's too much. Don't need any skids out there.
How about you, Shad? Do you like to leave your skids up?
No, I agree with Sam, to be fair. The only thing I can say about the Adebayor situation was I think they were singing a chant about his mum. So obviously I think from fans, that's really low when you bring family members and stuff into it. But I do think it does need to kind of not do that, because you're provoking them and stuff, and you're kind of inviting that to happen again. So I agree fully with Sam.
Yeah, because I think that's what Simon said earlier in the chat. They were giving the
Simon said, should we play Simon Says? Yeah. Remember that as a kid?
I don't know what I was going to say. I think Simon was saying Sam used to be such a nice lad, and been a bad influence on him. Other way round, off cam, Sam's just awful.
What happens. You see, this is what happens.
And Graham said, only on this podcast can you link player celebrations, your nationality, and who's the best ever with puns about shit. This is why you're the best. True that. And it's all got a bit carry on film here, but don't worry, no boobs or sexual innuendo or people
Just
getting
shit.
it off.
Shit. Carry on shit. That's what it is.
Carry on
Shit.
shitting.
Yeah.
Bring your own wipes. But let's just check in though. How are Wales doing? They're still saying 87 minutes. We're still leading. There we are. When
Are
does
you crapping yourself? Crapping it.
Oh, I tell you,
Equalizer.
turtle heading. Cha. Do you know what?
Question. You're the one who told everyone the story about your bubbles and how they work.
About your bowels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The journey of Josh's barges.
Exactly.
On the boat. Hi-ho.
At least you didn't leave us on a cliffhanger. It was going to be Papa dum 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 dum.
Oh, honest. And do you know, like sometimes people say, you know, like when you're sick and you swallow it back down, it tastes nice. So
Oh God, no!
What's happening? Right, football. Is it normal football next weekend? Isn't there? Is it normal? Football?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Real football. Sam, Southampton, Man United. Are you winning a game of football?
Oh,
or is the pain continuing?
It's just a horrible fixture for me, obviously, with my location and a lot of people that I know, Southampton fans. Final summer tennis team fixture of the season on Saturday at 1:00. I'm playing with a mixed doubles partner who is a Southampton fan, and I'm playing with a men's doubles partner who is a Southampton fan. So that's perfect for this lunchtime Saturday.
I was going to say you're going to lose then, aren't you? There's just
do you want me to come dressed as a tennis ball for you, Sam?
Yeah, I think so. That's what we
Like,
need. Sharp. One of us is going to be depressed, and if it's me, then I'm going to be eating that.
I want to see.
A little bit harder.
I want to see you pretending to be a tennis ball, jumping around the place. Trying to slap your ass with a racket. Get out the way.
Are they going to beat Southampton? Honest answer, I don't know. I really don't know now what we're going to see. I hope there's a response, but after a loss, you always want that game quickly, and you always want to get it back. Southampton's one we've had a poor record over the years, but I do hope they play out for the back like they did last week, and we're able to press them a little bit high and maybe then make some mistakes and we can pick him off. But he's can't afford not to win it. If we lose that, good God.
And do you know what the thing is? They're going to be viewing it. They're at home, and they're not going to care.
They're not going to be scared. They're not going to be, and they're going to look at United and going, look at what, they give you chances against them. But the way Southampton way probably suits us. We always struggle against the teams that sit in a little bit and play out, and Southampton are not going to do that. They're going to try and get hold of the ball, and that's where the gaps and spaces are going to be. And we are quite good in transition. And the spaces will be there for a bit of pace. So yeah, I'm hopeful. We need something. But Ugarte is playing for Uruguay, so everyone's now putting everything on the poor lad.
Oh, yeah. He's obviously really fit. He did 79 minutes Euro. He must be the fittest footballer.
Exactly. He's not even been to a training session yet, and we're pinning everything on him. So what will be interesting? Bruno, hopefully. What will be interesting is whether he starts Casemiro or not, because I think if he doesn't, there's going to be a huge. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden it comes out towards the latter end of the week that he's got a muscle injury or something, and I think to take that fire out of it. That's how United would used to do it. Was okay. Let's not make a thing. Let's say he's got a knock and not address it, unless he's going to start him.
And Graham said, I've never heard a tennis ball make that sound. They go like, don't they? Isn't that like the tennis ball sound? And you whack it like.
I can do, yeah. If you hit it in the middle bit.
So they don't go. Whoa.
Well, my tennis ball does. I'm trying to put them off so then Sam can win.
My tennis ball goes, miss me, miss
got
me.
Lecky, Bolton, Barnsley.
And Simon said it must be hard to play against United because you never know which United side is going to show up. This is true. You're the Forrest Gump of the Premier League, isn't you?
Don't know.
It
It's not
unnerves
just like
me.
that for United, though, to be fair. It's like that with Chelsea as well. You don't know what Chelsea side's going to turn up or
Do you know what? I was going to ask
United.
you. I was going to ask you specifically, Shah, actually. It's Bournemouth, Chelsea. Bournemouth been playing well. Some good football. Chelsea are playing football. What's your feeling? Who are you going to back? If for everybody who likes a responsible and well-controlled little flutter on the football, sensible and well-controlled, would you point them towards Bournemouth or Chelsea?
I don't know, because like you said, you don't know what Chelsea are going to show up. Obviously, Cole Palmer's kind of hit form. They're scoring goals as well. But even with Bournemouth, they're scoring goals, and Semenyo looks really good at the minute as well. He looks like a dangerous player.
Semenyo.
I don't know. I'm going to have it as a draw. I'm going to sit on the fence.
Oh, yeah. good old Shah.
I'm going to
saying they've got 76,374 players to pick from. This is true.
Exactly.
And Sean said, did anyone see the famous Jarvo invade the pitch? I don't know what that is. No is the answer, Sean. Nobody did. Incidentally as well, North London Derby. Lucas's two teams, Spurs and Arsenal.
That was a low blow when he's not here. Oh, Lucas. He's our model. You can't do this to him. We need him for the calendar.
All 12 months.
All 12 months, yeah. I'd buy it.
You know, in my mind, I've already got one.
He's already sent me one. I'm joking. He's not. He's not.
I was gonna be well gel then. I was gonna say I've just had to superimpose his face onto all these pics. I haven't.
You've already made one. You stalker.
He just.
That's why Lucas. If anybody wants to know why Lucas hasn't been on the podcast while Josh has been on, he has got a restraining order.
I was gonna say it's because he's in my basement, and I thought, how do you know?
Poor him after you've had a curry then. Poor Lucas.
Oh, you know, I'm trying really hard not to say the things that are in my mind now.
Yeah, don't say it. Say it to us after.
I'll start with you, Sam. Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win?
Where is it? Is it at? Where is it at? Is it at?
Not White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Stadium.
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I want Arsenal to win because realistically we're in the top 4 fight. And I've got Arsenal to win the league this year, and they're already 2 points they've dropped, so they need to get back on the horse. And I think they will win. I think Spurs are still trying to put a consistent performance together. And for them to beat Arsenal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium would be an unbelievable statement, and I don't think they're there yet.
And incidentally, woohoo! Look at that. The first victory of the Bellamy era for Wales. God, what a start. A draw against European Cup quarterfinalists and a win against Montenegro. They all count. Shah, who do you want to win? Who do you think will win? Tottenham Hotspur or Arsenal?
I've got a feeling it will be out of Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. So I want Arsenal to win because I want Arsenal to win it.
Do you know what? I want Spurs to win for Bants, just because I think it'd just be so funny. And do you know what I want as well? I want them to win by some dodgy referee decision, and I want
like happened to you against Spurs last season.
Yeah. That's what I want. And then I want the Arne Slot to come out and say sometimes mistakes are going to happen, and you just have to accept it. Like that. That's what I want.
Don't think he will though.
That's what he deserves, though. That's what Arteta deserves after all of his crap the other year, where the referees are going to make mistakes and we just need to accept it. And then he whinged like a spoilt child. But that's what I want. I want Spurs to win for Bants. I don't know. Treaty thinks Arsenal. And when is Rice's band coming in?
He's out, isn't he?
He's out, yeah.
He's out.
I didn't know if you got banned for a second yellow. I thought it was a straight red you got banned for.
I think you only get a game, don't you? And straight red you get 3 unless it's really bad, and then it can be longer.
Well, you got to think Spurs have been working on getting better as well. An old Ange, old Postecoglou, and he's going to be on. What's he saying? Ballon d'Or nominated Declan Rice. Is that a real thing? Is he Ballon d'Or? I know Salah isn't, because why would he be, as being one of the best players in the world at the moment?
There's a big old list, though, isn't it? And everyone makes
about 34 names, isn't there?
Yeah, he's nominated, and you're like, yeah, but 25 of those are not even like gonna. You're not gonna. It's like.
I mean, who's going to win it though? I am intrigued to see who's going to win it this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. You've got to think Rodri's in with a shout this year, surely.
It has to be.
Has to be, with the Spain win tipping it over.
I just think it's just the shittest award, and how it's actually awarded, because it's just like who do we like in the media, and that's it. There's no basis on like ability the majority of the time. Otherwise, Lewandowski would have won one, wouldn't he? But I don't know. I'd love to see someone completely out of left field win it. Like I'm trying to think of somebody completely out of left field.
Devante Rodney.
Did you not hear me? I went Ian Henderson. It's his last season.
Goat. Give it to the goat.
It's the goal, I tell you.
Yeah, someone might
Big Shanks.
Big Shanks.
Big Shanks for the Ballon d'Or.
They changed the name of it to the Ballon Shanks as well.
Yes. Let's start a petition.
Yeah.
Simon saying Haaland or Rodri. I must have saying Rodrigo. Not even on the list. Look at that. And Lookman. Graham wants a bit of Lookman. Made in Charlton on there. Yeah.
Louis Barry.
I just want someone. Yeah, Scott McTominay. Oh, wouldn't he love it? Somebody really like rustic. Not someone with all this really good, like a Luke Chadwick. That's what I want to win. Yeah, that's that sort of like.
I remember when I collected football stickers, I had like 39 Luke Chadwicks, and nobody wanted to swap with me because everybody had him.
Again, things in my head I'm not going to say out loud. There's but I think, you know what? I think we've done football tonight, and amongst other stuff. We've done more than football. And I think are you happy to go home and go to bed, Sam?
Well, I'm home, so I don't know about going home, but I could go to bed at some point.
Are you happy to round up? Do you think we've done enough? Do you think we've satisfied the masses over this?
I don't know if we've satisfied them, but we've definitely gave them some
ticked
chat
a box.
tonight. Exactly.
Oh, I tell you, if you're feeling warm and satisfied, you think I'd like some more warm, satisfying Sam. Where can they find you, Sam?
You can find me I am at Sam Absolute FBL on Twitter, and then I'm doing some stuff on my new YouTube channel at Sam Absolute EFL, where I'm doing some EFL teams. I'm looking at championship teams. I'm doing one on Blackburn Rovers, doing one on Bristol City. I'm learning, you see. I'm becoming the EFL man, so I can support
the EFL man.
the lovely Rowdy Rabble on Thursday, who I'm paying a visit to this Thursday. So yeah, you can catch me at my YouTube channel at Sam Absolute EFL, and on TikTok as well.
That's just favoritism. That is just favoritism. God, Drutely saw the name in the hat. Andy Cook. There she is. And Spenny fans off to Rochdale tomorrow night. Fingers crossed for 3 points.
I am.
Ooh. And Johnny's saying a great show. You make me feel special, because you are special. You are.
Everybody's special in our chat. We love you.
But people want more Charlotte positivity and just genuine niceness. Where can they find you for genuine niceness?
Well, I am SharXRAFC. That is on TikTok, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT, and I am not on this Thursday, but Sam will be on Absolutely Lower League, and I will be sending him lots of Rochdale chat as well, because I'm one very excited Rochdale fan at the minute, and all I want to say is Jimmy McNulty. He is the man.
Oh, big McNulty. And here's other names: Darren Fletcher.
Good shout.
Sammy Hoskins, Victor Goy Perez.
Player.
Some good shouts there.
Yeah. Let's make the Ballon d'Or great again.
Should we make our own Ballon d'Or?
No, we should do. We'll have to come up with some sort of like great name for it. Billy Sharp. Look at that. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, Neil Warnock back in his playing days. I just want to give him stuff. I just want to mention him.
Neil
But-
Morpay. You
Oh,
should win it.
best Twitter account award. That's what you should be getting.
Yes.
But if you're here for the first time and you made it all the way through, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? But we appreciate it, and we appreciate you also. So please do drop us a follow. Follow us on Twitter at Absolute Ball Pod, and at YouTube and Twitch at Absolute Football Podcast, on the tickety tick tick boom at Absolute Football Pod, Instagram, Threads, Absolute Football Podcast _, and we do have a Facebook page, Absolute Football Podcast. Do we use it? I don't know. Why don't you check it out and tell us? And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And remember, if you do, screenshot it, send it to us in the Twitterati, and this cup could be yours with all of our lovely faces on it and the logo. It makes your tea taste better. It makes you grow muscles and lose weight, grow hairs in places you want, and gets rid of the hairs out the places that you don't. So hit that subscribe button.
Wow, what a mug.
It does everything. And of course, here we are on Mondays at 8:30. Normally talking football, Premier League and European games. On Wednesday, it is #Team Chaos at 8:30, covering everything women's football. If you enjoy women's football, if you want to learn about women's football, that is the place to be. The team will educate and entertain. And Charlotte's Rowdy Wabble, looked after by Sam this Thursday, covering all English football outside the Premier League, all of it, even down to your Sunday league team. If you're playing in the park, somebody's probably there watching you with the old binoculars, for the entertainment of football purposes only. So join them on Thursday, 8:30. They'd love to see you there.
It's not me, I promise.
The over 16s league as well, just to clarify.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody in the chat. You've all been lovely. You're all very special. And remember, Sam loves you, Charlotte loves you, God loves you, Jesus loves you. And if you've got IBS, having a covey, make sure there is a toilet nearby. TTFN and ta-ta.